Alright, so the agenda for today is to start some sandblasting of these panels and at least start working towards getting all the panels that I want to get coated with Cerakote blasted. That way I can start coating them, and I'm going with all the air cure stuff, so it takes about, I don't know, about a week, 5 days or so to fully cure, and it should be workable at least before then. But I'm not looking forward to this part. This part is sandblasting. It's horrendous. But anyways, got to load up. I'll be wearing all kinds of PPE, full face mask, probably ear muffs just to keep the grit from getting in my ears, and possibly safety glasses in conjunction with the face shield. But we got like the most redneck sandblasting station. So I got a portable unit from Harbor Freight. That's it there, tied into the air compressor that we've got plugged in over there. Big line, and this is my sandblasting cabinet. Attempt to kind of keep the sand under control so that I can reuse it. Just kind of sweep it all up. The tent works pretty good. I mean, it's not a sandblasting cabinet by any means, but it's better than just having the stuff spill on the ground and not be reusable. So at least this gives me a chance to save some of it. So probably start with the F panels and then go from there. All right, stay tuned. Here's something that was unexpected during the media blasting. So finish one side, and what happens is the panel, I don't know if you can see it, has a crown to it based on the side that's blasted and the side that's not blasted. And it kind of freaked me out, but I said, well, committed at this point. So continued going on with the other side, hoping that it would pull the crown back and it'd be a lot flatter and not as distorted. And this is the one F panel that blasted on both sides, and for the most part the crown is gone. Still a little bit there, but it's small enough that I can work that down just by riveting it in place. But one panel's done, another half panel, and then I'll probably have to sweep up the media. And so far this thing is working okay. I mean, there's some coming out, you can kind of see around here, and they're just coming through the screen. So I might put the, I don't think it matters putting the fly on, it'll still come out and it'll just come down the sides there, but it is doing significantly better at containing the media. So yeah, I should be able to at least recover a lot of the media, but I might make a trip up to Harbor Freight and buy more, because I'm sure I'm going to need at least more. but it's doing pretty good. Not bad. Cut a couple slits here. Just gotta put my arms in. And so far, can't complain for a cheap Walmart tent. So, unfortunate turn of events. My air compressor died. Basically, it's spewing oil. Probably running way too hot for too long. Basically, because I'm overusing its capability for sure, doing all this sandblasting. So it's been retired, put to pasture, and had to go pick up a new one today. So might as well, before I get started on my second day of sandblasting, I'll show you the new setup, or at least the air compressor and then the setup that I'm using. It seems to be working good so far. So went to Harbor Freight and picked up a Fortress 200 psi 27 gallon compressor. I changed out these ones because I run high flow fittings, so these ones are like 3/8 fittings for 3/8 hose. But I added this piece here. So secondary regulator coming right off of the tank output to a T. So it goes to the tank comes up through here. Tank pressure comes up here, goes to this manifold, to these other two over here, but then comes through the different regulator, and this is a much better regulator. Pressure drop when you pull a trigger on something is only about 15 psi versus this regulated pressure drops down 30 to 35 psi just pulling the trigger. So the recovery on this regulator is a lot better, the flow on this regulator is a lot better. So that's what I'm tying into for the sandblaster, and I think we're sitting right around 100 psi or so, give or take. Yep. But that's my little mod here. So here's something that to be mindful of. It's a good thing I checked, and I'm looking at the panels before I start drilling holes and stuff, but right in here, if you didn't know any better, you could potentially drill a hole here that you cannot get a rivet into, because you can't get the rivet gun in here. I mean, you could go with like a screw or whatever, but even then you'd be hard pressed to get a ratchet in there. Anyways, just moving everything over and using my handheld rivet gun, because it's got the smallest head to get in there as close as possible, I can kind of mark how close I can be. So then I put a mark there and then went 3 inches off. So basically 4 rivets across this bottom panel here. So it's a good thing I kind of checked, otherwise I'd have a hole that I can't do anything about. So let that be a tip to you other builders out there. If you're drawing lines and then just drilling without looking at fitment, you could just have a hole that you can't put anything into.